Interviews can be very nerve-wracking, no matter how confident you are that you are qualified for the job. But you make it a little easier by being well prepared. Let's take a look at a couple of tough questions you might be asked. Why should we hire you and not someone else? This isn't easy because you have to give a convincing answer without sounding too full of yourself. You need to make sure you've read the job description and person specification very carefully just before the interview. You obviously read them before applying, but that might have been a while ago, and if you are applying for a lot of similar jobs, it's easy to get them mixed up. So when you are preparing for the interview, go through both in detail. Make a note of everything important and write down examples showing exactly how you meet the criteria. Go back over your research into the company to get a clear picture of both your potential role and the role and mission of the company itself. Do you have very specific experience or knowledge that other candidates are unlikely to have? Do you bring additional skills, not necessarily needed for the position, but possibly useful to the company, for example, knowledge of foreign languages? The way to answer this question is to prove that you will deliver what they want, and more, and to show that you have talents and abilities that set you apart from the average job applicant. The most important thing you can do is to show that you will add exceptional value to the organization. Therefore, when you are thinking about how you could answer this question, choose the skills, experience, and qualities that show that you do. So now is not the time to be shy. You just don't want to sound as if you know more about the job than the boss. Unless, of course, you have been headhunted to solve a difficult problem. Taking the time to prepare a solid answer to this question will also help you to answer related questions such as, why do you want this job? And what do you know about this company? Here's another one. How do you work with a boss or colleague you don't like? We've all had to put up with them, and probably not had very successful working relationships, if we're honest. This question is to see how you cope with difficult people and situations. Be careful not to get personal or make judgments. If you start to say negative things about a current coworker or previous boss, no matter how justified you may think you are stepping into dangerous territory. The interviewer will wonder how you will behave in difficult situations and with difficult people in this job if you get it. They want to create a harmonious workplace, not one where gossip is rife and bickering means work doesn't get done as efficiently as it could. So prepare a short, factual answer. Perhaps you felt someone was very unfriendly and decided to ask her to join you for coffee or lunch. When you took the time to get to know her, you discovered that she had a stressful family situation, which made it hard for her to relax. By taking the initiative and being friendly, you found she was much pleasanter in return. Whatever you do, don't use an example that really triggers you. When you get in touch with strong emotions, it's easy to say things you'll regret. And how about, how well did your last job live up to your expectations? This is a little tricky, especially if you are leaving because the job did not measure up and you hated your coworkers. But a good answer to this question helps answer some other questions that are on the interviewer's mind. Why are you leaving? What do you expect here? Will you stay? What are your goals? Your answer may lead to one or two of these additional questions. So be prepared. Give some positive aspect of the job that did match your expectations, such as new experiences that helped you develop your ability in the role. You could say that you learned a great deal, but wanted to use a particular skill more frequently, and unfortunately there was no scope for that. Alternatively, you may have expected to be able to move higher up the ladder after a few years, but there were no opportunities. Be truthful, but also be careful so that you don't create a trap for yourself. If there were plenty of opportunities for advancement, but you were too busy clock-watching or avoiding responsibility, you will probably be caught out. Answering tough interview questions doesn't have to be difficult. The better prepared you are for tough questions, the less likely you are to be caught out with something you can't answer. The more you know about the job and the industry, the easier it will be to deal with some questions. There is no excuse for not doing this, as all the information you need is readily available online. Go through the job description and person specification and ask yourself, what could they ask about each point? And do the same with your application. Is there anything they might want to know about that could be awkward for you? And remember, always have plenty of examples to support your own skills and experience. Good luck with your next interview. Subscribe for more tips on career change.